Welcome to the RBV25 Show, where we don't have a script this week, but it's all right because we're just going to have a good time on the RBV25 Show. So let's talk about what the people are talking about right now. Is that the lock of the week went 0 for 2. Air Force, they didn't win. I mean, they didn't cover. Obviously, they did win, but they didn't cover. They had an opportunity to cover, folks. They're on their own 20-yard line with 7 minutes left. And the ball was there, and it was in their hands. And unfortunately, some daft fool fumbled it and caused the lock of the week to miss. They were also they had the ball on their own on Wyoming's 30-yard line, and then they were on the 17, but instead of or 13, excuse me, but instead of just trying to run up the score with a minute left, they kneeled on the ball. And that, folks, is just horrendous. It's bad playing, and it's bad freaking football. You should always try to run up the score for the points, for the people, and especially for the lock of the week. Now, the other game was the 49ers, who apparently, missed the effing plane to Cleveland. I don't know what happened there. McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel got injured. It was an absolute joke. Cleveland played tough, but, when you can't handle the pressure of the lock of the week, and you play like some tomfoolery bullshit banana salesman, you're disappointed the people. And the lock of the week didn't hit. What is the record of the lock of the week? The record of the lock of the week is now 10-6. I'm not too thrilled about that record. I think it's time we need to turn around this week. All right. Now we're gonna get to letters to Robbie V. All right. Dear Robbie V, this is Joe from Stoneham, Massachusetts. I was wondering what your opinion of the Stone Zoo was. You seem like a guy who goes to zoos. Joe, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, this tomfoolery bullshit. First of all, I don't go to many zoos in my life, and I've never been to the Stone Zoo. I'm not in a good mood. The lock of the week missed. I mean, you want to talk to someone about freaking the zoos? Talk to this giraffe. Other than that, I don't want to fucking hear your bullshit about freaking zoos, all right? Enough is enough, Joe. Go home, read up on studying, and leave the giraffes alone. That's all I got to fucking say. Dear Robbie V, is there any lottery scratch ticket games that you would, participate in or that you play? Sign Donna from Duxbury. Well, first off, Donna from Duxbury, no, I do not play scratchies. Thank you for, and I'm kind of questioning if you're really from Duxbury, if you are playing scratchies. I mean, Duxbury is a nice town. I don't really understand why this tomfoolery, bullshit's happening. I just don't get it, I mean, I'm the captain of this show. I figured I'll bring out my captain's hat when I have some fun, All right, my power cord for my phone's all fucked up. I have no script, but we're just going to make do. Anyway. All right. Since I have no script, I'm perfectly fine for whatever time, for the 25 minutes I have allotted to this show. To be honest, this show's a mess, but we're just gonna roll with the punches. All right, college football. I was very surprised that USC lost. Caleb Williams, obviously, his draft stock freaking took a dive. He had 2 or 3 interceptions. He didn't play well at all. Notre Dame brought the game, and you got to give Notre Dame credit on that one. The other thing you got to give credit for is that idiot kid who took a selfie with Caleb Williams, and decided to post it all over. I think he made a TikTok video. That kid's probably famous for a couple days. And yeah, I don't really know what to make of it, but we're just gonna roll with the punches, I guess. What was it? Syracuse got waxed by Florida State. I finally picked that one right. I mean, why didn't I make that the lock of the week? I don't really know. Is Robbie V on tilt? I mean, it could be, but I don't play cards, so I'm not really on tilt. Who do I like for this week for the lock for the picks? I have to get out my phone here because I have no script. All right, let's go. All right. If if I'm being honest, I actually like Ohio State over Penn. I actually like Ohio State over Penn State this week. Ohio State does have a good running game. They have a good defense. They're at home. I think they'll play well, and I think they'll pull this out over Penn State. Um, the money line is like minus 198. I'm not going to tell you to take that. It's four. I think it's a minus 4.5 right now, according to DraftKings on a Wednesday night where I'm wearing a captain's hat. So that's what I think. That's what I think for that game. Other games I like. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to bet on Air Force. You know, that was a fucking disgrace. Air Force definitely. They shouldn't. Don't take them this week against Navy. Those two guys play the same style of offense. They know what they do. The over/under is 34.5. I would probably take the under if I had to bet on that game, but I don't. So I'm just going to move on. Rutgers. Man, Bowling Green versus Akron. I can't tell you to bet on that game. One game I will tell you to bet on is I would probably take Iowa minus 3.5 over Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota has it in them to take them out. I know their quarterback has had major issues all season and whatnot. I don't think it's a good idea for you to take Minnesota. So you take Iowa on the road, 3.5. Wisconsin's another team. Is a team that's favored this week. They're playing at Illinois. They're only 2.5 point favorites, but Mordecai, their quarterback, hasn't played well at all this year. I think he's probably been I think Wisconsin fans will probably agree with me. He's definitely been a disappointment. Wisconsin in general has been a disappointment. I thought they were going to be a little bit more dominating than they were. They let some teams hang around when they shouldn't have, and they definitely haven't covered the spread a lot this week. And that's the captain, RBV, speaking. You know, I'm not a captain in real life, so. But I do have the captain's hat because I like to show below deck. You know, sue me. What are you going to do? Anyway, moving on. Pittsburgh. You know, I do want to discuss Pittsburgh. I did think that they were going to – I didn't think they were going to beat Louisville last week. I don't know what the fuck happened to Louisville last week. I'm very disgusted in the way that Louisville played. They came off a big win against Notre Dame, and they couldn't get it done. I just don't understand. I mean, this tomfoolery is just unacceptable. And, you know, to be honest with you, Louisville needs to grow up. And they need to start playing better football. They're obviously not ready for prime time if they've lost to a Pittsburgh team that really was in disarray. It's really unfortunate. And I don't think Louisville can be taken seriously the rest of the season. They're a very unserious team, and Robbie V is very skeptical of them. And you should be too. The fact of the matter is that I can't recommend Louisville for the rest of the season unless they're playing Colgate. Those are the facts, folks. You know, South Florida versus UConn. The only way you bet on that game is if you're in desperate need of money, or you have or you're a complete degenerate gambler who loves UConn football. It's probably not a good call. Other games this week that I have opinions on. Let's see. You know, I would take North Carolina over Virginia. I think North Carolina's got a good team. Virginia, they've been having problems all year. The spread's a little rich at minus 23, but it's definitely something to think about. You know, I like North Carolina. I think they got a good team this year. And I don't think Virginia's going to give them a lot of trouble. Coastal Carolina is another team that I like this week. They're minus 10 against Arkansas State. McCall's a great quarterback. Coastal Carolina has played great against some pretty good competition. They kept UCLA close. They actually kept them from covering, and they actually won. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So I think, you know, with Coastal Carolina, you'd be good. You know, it'd be a good investment for you to, you know, back them at minus 10. I'm actually going to tell you to take Florida State minus 14.5 over Duke. I don't really think, Duke's a good team, but they're playing on the road. They're playing at Tallahassee. Florida State took care of business last week, and there's absolutely no reason to think they won't take care of business this week. So I'm telling you right now, take Florida State minus 14.5. You know what? I'm going to make it the Rob V lock of the week. So you're going to take that and you're going to take that to the bank. The lock of the week is going to get back on the winning ways. I mean, I'm here for the people, and I want to make the people money. And I'm telling you right now, if you freaking invest, if you bet on Florida State, they're going to win. So it's minus 14.5, or you can play the money line. Whatever you want to do, it's a guarantee Florida State's going to win. So it's good times. All right, dope of the day. Basically, a dope of the day is Matteo Ventura, who's a fucking moron, and he sent gift cards to an undercover FBI agent posing as an ISIS operative. Number one, Matteo, you're an idiot. Number two, why are you supporting ISIS? They're a horrible organization. Number three, I don't know. I just don't like you right now. And I think you're a complete fucking jabroni and moron. Sending gift cards to an undercover FBI ISIS is just stupid. It just bugs me. I'm glad the Boston FBI Center, got this guy. This guy's clearly mentally unstable, and it's unfortunate, but he's still, he's today's dope of the day. Matteo Ventura, you really need to get it together in life, and I really don't think that you're going to be seeing the light of day anytime soon. And sending multiple gift cards is just ridiculous. But, please fucking grow up, Matteo. You're really pissing me off. All right. Let's talk about the NFL and who I like this week. All right. I'm going to bring it up on good old DraftKings here. It's good. All right. No. Well, the first thing I actually want to talk about is I want to talk about the complete utter failure of the Patriots. The season ended, unfortunately. I mean, the season ended, you could argue, after they lost their first game. But Mac Jones was sitting there on his back. I mean, let the record state, Robbie V believes it's time to move on to Mac Jones. It's over. You should trade him and get whatever the hell you can with him. It's just an absolute joke. I've had enough of Mac Jones. I've had enough of this team being unable to move the ball, throwing stupid interceptions. I mean, could Mac Jones be a captain? Absolutely fucking not. He couldn't captain a rowboat, across the Weir River, as far as I'm fucking concerned. What should the Patriots do? They should sell off, basically just sell off assets, sell off Kendrick Bourne, sell off Judon, sell off whatever you can for draft picks, because this team currently stated is not going to work. It's over. What should they do with Bill Belichick? I don't know. Make the decision. Is he going to be a part of the rebuild, or is he not going to be part of the rebuild? Because if you're going to bring in a new coach to rebuild the team, then it's time to send them off to pasture. Teddy Bruschi said this week that it's time for Bill to go. I tend to agree with that, especially. I'm not saying the game has passed them by, but this season is full of fucking. It's awful, and I'm upset. Obviously. All right, so Pat's Bills, who are you taking this week? Look, you take the Bills. Yeah, I realize the Bills are on the road. It's going to be a freaking home game for the Bills. I think a lot of Patriots fans probably sold their seats, to the highest bidder on StubHub. I mean, the game is crashing. I can't imagine anyone around here is behind those tickets. So, you take the Bills -9 in that situation. Cleveland Browns, yeah, you take them this week. I mean, Colts aren't playing with Anthony Richardson. He's out for the season. They played a hell of a game against the Niners, even though, Samuel and McCaffrey were injured. I mean, what else do you do? What do I think? I mean, I'm not going to tell you to bet the Raiders -3 over the Bears. I think that's just fool's gold. I mean, the Raiders will somehow crash land. I mean, it's the Raiders. It's what they do. Steelers at the Rams. I do like the Steelers. I think they are a good team, but I honestly think the Rams at home. I don't think the Steelers are going to pull that off. The Steelers fans do travel well, but I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. And obviously with Cooper Kupp and the Bakeo or whatever I believe his name is, the Rams are going to take it -3 over the Steelers this week. Chiefs Chargers. I think the Chiefs are probably going to win it. They're at home. Chargers really don't have a defense, and they're coming off a disappointing loss on Thursday night. I think that's a safe one. You take the Pack over the Broncos. The Broncos suck. I mean, that's another team that should just fucking burn their freaking team to the ground. Maybe they're stating, well, just the team. Sean Payton's not figuring it out. Russell Wilson's a joke. I mean, they should just sell off Sutton. They should sell off Jerry Jeudy, and whoever else they can to get, to get assets, get a new coach, get a new GM. Just bulldoze the team. It's ridiculous. Game of the week, I think. I do think you kind of take the Eagles over the. I mean, you probably take the Eagles over the Dolphins, but I wouldn't put any money on this. I don't know which way this is going to go, to be honest. I think minus 52, over under 52 is a lot, personally. I mean, the Eagles got a good defense, and the Eagles' offense has definitely lost a step. That's just my opinion. And for the Monday night game, the Niners versus the Vikings. I guess you take the Niners, but I'll be a little hesitant though. Without McCaffrey and without Samuel, the Vikings are. But I mean, the Vikings don't have Jefferson, so I don't know how the hell they're going to have much of an offense. So I mean, we're going to see what happens here. We're going to see what happens. So what's my lock of the week? I'm going to take one look again. I think the Rams are my lock of the week. I think the -3 over the Steelers. I think that's a good lock of the week. I think that's going to get us back in the win column, folks. It's like I know I haven't done much research, but I'm going by instinct on the lock of the week, and it could change. So, because you never know when this show is going to air, so it could change, and I'll alert you if the lock of the week changes before it airs. Thumbs up. All right. So what else is going on in this crazy world? I mean, a lot of stuff's going on in this crazy world. So let's get to it. The MBTA still sucks. If you're on the Ashmont line, I feel bad for you. I can't imagine the shuttle buses are doing that well. Amazingly, the MBTA has finally, gotten with the program, and they actually had trains every 10 minutes when I used the red line today or the other day. So that was good. I was really happy with that. The Bruins have, they've come out with a good start so far. They've won 2 games in a row. Pasternak's, playing well. RBV's, I'm excited. I hope the Bruins can keep it up. The NBA is coming around. I think they're starting on the 26th. It should be interesting to see what happens with the Celtics. Celtics definitely need a lot of things to go right. They need some good injury luck, especially Porzingis and whatnot. And do I think it'll happen? Yeah, I hope it will. But again, we'll see what happens in this crazy world we call life here. And for my captain's hat, is this going to be a staple of the show? I really don't know. And I want to put out for the record, Robbie V is not retarded. I know that's been a topic on the Kirk Minahan show. Don't worry, I'm not. We're all good here. I have a nice home, full-time job, daughter, and wife. So good. We're good on that. All right. MVPs. I don't know. MVP, Actually, no, I do have an MVP. Hold on. Let me just get this up here. Oh, shit. All right. All right, so I want to thank the following college football teams this week. I'd like to thank, that Navy and Charlotte for staying under 48.5 points. I'd like to thank Indiana and Michigan for going over 39 points. I'd like to thank North Texas for winning. And I'd like to thank Kent State and Eastern Michigan for under 46 points. And because that parlay, paid me out $167 profit. So all you guys, your MVPs for this week for waking up on the right side of the bed and helping Robbie V. I'd also like to thank some golfer. I can't remember his name, but he won me like $90 on that's the Shriners Open for being in first place. It was good, I got no problem with that. I can actually tell you who it is in a second. Yeah, shout out JT Poston. I actually made $93 on him for being in first place. Cashed it out. He didn't actually end up being in first place, so it's a good cash out by Robbie V. And that's it. Dope of the day. Wonks of the week obviously goes to Air Force. I don't know. You should have won that game against Wyoming. It's absolutely atrocious. The other wonks of the week are people who, I don't know, people who just act like wonks. I don't know. There was a lady in front of me today at Dunkin' Donuts, or the other day at Dunkin' Donuts. She was bitching about how, everyone was getting coffee before her, when she should know, just order the fucking coffee on the app. It's really not that hard. Even when I get with the program, when Robbie V gets with the program, folks, and you can't get with the program, it's not good. That lady, she needs to figure it out, All right, folks. This is it. This is Robbie V, your captain. Wishing you a good week and wishing you the best, us great luck on the lock of the week. This is Robbie V. Signing off, And I'm not a fan of zoos. That's all I got, folks. Have a good evening. Good night.